The effect of black economic activities on the economic development of the world. These are our group members. First, Muhammad Amir Darwish bin Azani and me, Muhammad Nafis Mukri bin Muhammad Zainuddin.
So, firstly, the black economy is essentially an illegal trade or unofficial trade where the trading process is not registered with the government. It typically thrives when governmental restrictions limit legitimate businesses' activities to specific services or products. The most obvious example of the black economy are human trafficking and prostitution, drug trade, gambling, undocumented foreign workers, and contraband cigarettes. Those who involved in the black economy are trying hard to hide their operations from authorities. Money that are earned from this activity often kept outside traditional banking system to avoid attracting attention. So our essay aims to explain the consequences of black economic activities on a country's economy, identify contributing factors leading to this activity, and analyze the government steps to deal with and control the rampant spread of the black economy. Next, for the problem statement, there are a lot of issues to address when we talk about the black economy as we live in this modern world. The most obvious example are the tax evasion, which is legal transactions hidden from authorities, particularly from tax authorities, in order to avoid payment of direct and indirect taxes reported to tax authorities. Secondly, is corruption. The black economy could be a fertile ground for corruption activity because the illicit funds can easily be funneled through informal channels beyond financial institutions' control. Next is money laundering, which is a process of hiding funds from criminal activities, often used by corrupt individuals to hide profits from corruptions. Um, the successful money laundering makes it possible to enjoy illegal profits without fear of confiscation. And lastly, the problem that could occur is labor exploitation. The informal nature of the black economy leads to exploitative labor practices, which is a common reliance on hiring foreign workers to offer lower wages. The employers often avoid registering workers with immigration departments, bypassing work permits. So the consequences is the workers accept inadequate wages, endure poor condition, and lack of legal protections.
Now, let's move on to the research objective. The general objective of this research is to investigate the effect of black economic activities towards the economic development of the world. The specific objectives are divided into parts as follows. First, to explain the consequence of black economic activities towards a country's economy. Second, to identify the contributing factors leading to the black economic activities. Research question. First, what are the consequences of black economic activities on the country's economy? Second, what are the factors that cause black economic activities to take place? And third, what are the government steps to deal with the rampant black economist activity? Significance of the study. This research is important to understand how the black economy works, help the government to formulate appropriate measures to effectively address their detrimental effects and implications. This also guides all-round strategies that encompass the economic aspect as well as the social implication leading to an inclusive and socially just society. The result will help government in improving their laws by formulating legislation that prevent unauthorized economic activities that promote legal economic development. The spreading awareness, informing and sensitizing people on the need to fight the black economy. What are the consequences of black economist activities on the country's economy? First, the equity consequence. The economic system is less fair when certain people pay price that accurately represent the tax charged by the government for products and services, while other people may purchase similar but cheaper goods and services generated by the shadow economy. Economic policy implication. If the black economy grows faster than its official counterpart, and remains inadequately measured, it leads to an underestimation of the country's growth rate, potentially triggering overly expansionary policies. Third, distortion in an economic metrics. It brings to the measurement of several critical economic variables, including national income statistics, growth rates, and unemployment figures. If significant shadow activities exist, each of these factors might be severely skewed, leading to unintended policy consequences.
Next, what are the factors that cause the black economic activities to take place? So, firstly, the poor governance and corruption. The corruption and poor governance can contribute significantly to the growth of the black economy. For example, lack of transparency and accountability in the government increases the likelihood of public officials engaging in corruption. And as a result, the irresponsible individuals will become braced up to commit crimes, including the participation in the black economy. Next is the tax policies. High tax burden and complex tax policies can contribute to tax evasion and the informal sector's growth. People tend to avoid high taxes by not declaring their property, and it is leading to tax evasion and reduce the national income. And as the effect is the liberalizations of economic actors shift towards untaxed or underground sectors, fostering the black economy. The overly complex regulations reduce the willingness to pay taxes, encouraging some actors to operate outside the formal system. Thirdly is ineffective law enforcement and legal frameworks. The weak law enforcement and lenient legal frameworks create an conducive environment to the black economy. The weak enforcement in tax collection and lenient punishment for corruption offenders need improvement, but the corruption is viewed differently in some countries, with civil offences receiving lighter punishments, contributing to the problem. The government should enhance the enforcement, address weakness in legal frameworks, and treat corruption as a criminal offence. Next, what are the government steps to deal with the rampant black economic activities? Firstly, the declaration of political funds. Every government should implement a system for political parties to declare funds they receive. It aims to prevent political leaders' involvement in black economic activities, but the consequence reduce the potential for the spread of black economic activities facilitated by political figures. Secondly, efforts to improve tax collection efficiency. So every government also needs to introducing measures to enhance tax collection efficiency. For example, the Indonesian government had introduced tax amnesty during 2016 to 2017. The objective is to encourage more taxpayers to join formal tax system that can increase the revenue for government development. Thirdly, addressing corruption and financial scandals. So the government should make investigation and legal actions by conducting a thorough investigation into financial scandals involving collaboration across all the government departments. For example, we can see the how the Malaysian government responds to the YMDB scandals. As a result, they were charging individuals, including high-profile figures, with offences with money laundering. Next, enhance the regulation in critical sectors. The government should strengthen regulation in sectors that are vulnerable to black economic activities. For example, we can see the Myanmar government make a huge decision by joining the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative (EITI) to expose the revenues from the gemstone and jade sector. The purpose of this is to enhance the transparency, allowing the public to identify the discrepancy in reported figures. And lastly, global collaboration and regulatory frameworks. Every government should engage in international collaborations to combat with the challenges posed by the black economy activity. So the important is to highlight the need for effective regulatory frameworks and rigorous law enforcement globally. As a result, the country can strengthen the fight against the black economy on a broader scale.
In conclusion, the study's importance lies in addressing economic challenges, providing policy implications, conducting impact assessment, and promoting awareness for informed decision-making, strategic policy development. Contributing factors encompass high taxation rates, lack of economic opportunities, corruption, ineffective regulatory frameworks, and global economic trends. Consequences of the black economy include tax revenue erosion, undermining the formal economy, weakened economic structures, and reduced government capacity. Governments worldwide are adopting a multifaceted approach to tackle the black economy, combining enhanced enforcement and surveillance through advanced technologies, tax reforms aimed at simplification and incentive, comprehensive public awareness campaign with education.